Marshmallow Fanboy back with another review. This time I've grouped a couple of G.I. Joe figures into sort of a nautical theme. They're all ocean dwelling. And I don't know why I said it like that. But we have Copperhead, the Amazon exclusive Cobra Eel, Edward Torpedo, Lealoa, and Shipwreck. I don't know why I said the whole name for Torpedo. I should have just said Torpedo. Because I'm never going to say the full name again. But these are 4 characters that I had when I was a kid. I can't tell you which one was my favorite. I love G.I. Joe figures so much. The Copperhead figure is just mushed. I think I ordered it from Amazon. It just came like that. And I thought, yeah, that's okay, I guess. So, hopefully he's okay on the inside, but I don't know. All of these, of course, are the plastic-free packaging that we all dislike, I think. I don't mind it. My fear buying things in the wild was always that I would get it home and it would be repackaged and the thing inside of it wouldn't be the thing that was on the outside. Because when it's plastic packaging, it's easy to see that is not a Green Lantern figure. That's a Batman figure you threw away into a Green Lantern package, and I'm not going to buy that at all. So, but now that it's back to some plastic packaging, and there's more paper than plastic in the new packaging, which I appreciate that they're trying to be kind of more responsible, but I also do appreciate that now I can see whether the package has been tampered with easier. I'm not saying that if they avoided the figure and they went for something like the accessories, I couldn't tell you that until I opened the package, so I don't really know, but hopefully I'm never going to run into that, I hope. Anywho, the Copperhead, just like the rest of the plastic-free packaging, has the number, the picture of the figure with the accessories, a cooler piece of artwork, and of course the front with sort of a stylized photo and a cool piece of art on the side. I am kind of disappointed. I love this. This one is cool. The Python Patrol Copperhead, I could easily see going to like the Cobra Island set or something else, but the Cobra Island set had these kind of temples and things in it, so I imagine that he's on Cobra Island or he's somewhere really cool. But for Eel, Torpedo, and Shipwreck, Torpedo and Shipwreck are fine, mostly. The submarine, you can see the cockpit, and it's easy. You could see, Shipwreck maybe at the end of the submarine. And Torpedo's on the front fighting, Cobra or whatever. And there's the tube worms on the packaging. Let me see if I can show you that. The tube worms on the packaging from the cartoon. And of course the cockpit of the sub. And he's facing the front of the sub, it looks like. And on the other hand, Shipwreck is clearly on the back of the sub, where you can have that, and then it's firing missiles, maybe at the eels. Who knows? There's a bicycle here for no apparent reason. I don't know if that's a submarine thing. Am I supposed to get that there's a bicycle on there where you're firing rockets? I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. On the other hand, with the eel, there was a genuine opportunity to kind of make the background maybe the other side of this picture, where he's, you could see the front of the sub instead of this other cockpit of the sub, and he's fighting him, but maybe from a different angle, because it has the tube worms and everything else. It looks like it could belong to part of the same scene, but maybe instead of him facing, because they're obviously facing the same direction on the sub, but they're both facing forward, so it's like they're both doing the same thing, but maybe on different days and on different subs. But it would have been cool to have a continuous picture of Torpedo, Shipwreck, and the Eel, especially when they came out. Let me see how close they came out. 70, 73, and 81. So these two came out first. And then because the eel came out last, there was a genuine opportunity to make it sort of look continuous. And I get that the sub on Torpedo and Shipwreck's backing isn't the same color, but I could have let that go because it looks like, they're both standing on, it's obvious they're both standing on a submarine. And subs could be different, different textures, different plating on the front and then different plating on the back. And there could be different stuff going on. Could be the front of the sub, you have the giant tube worms, but on the back of the sub you're launching rockets to counteract them or something. But because you incorporated the tube worms into eel, you could have at least, sort of incorporated that background. So that's, not really a big complaint. I get the figure. I'm going to open these and trash these boxes anyway. So I don't know what I'm complaining about. So same as all the packages. You've got the back that has all the accessories on it. And of course the cool piece of artwork on the back. And with Torpedo, get the cool piece of artwork. And you get the cool artwork. Well, the artwork here, but the cool photo here. And 73. And cool picture on the back with all the accessories. And last but not least, you get Shipwreck screaming while Polly's in his face. And number 70, and you get to see the accessories. And maybe the accessories in action. And you get to go, hey, you can take off the hat piece and put on a hair piece instead. And then he's screaming for real there. So that is Shipwreck. So these look amazing in the package, but what do you say we get them out of the package and take a closer look? Now that we've got them out of the package, let's take a closer look at the Cobra Eel, Amazon exclusive, Copperhead, Torpedo, and Shipwreck. Let's start with, let me move this over here just to keep it together. Let's start with Cobra Eel. Cobra Eel was an Amazon exclusive, and as advertised, the spear gun was a little bent, but so was Torpedo's. Torpedo's is still a little bent. The torpedo gun on Torpedo, or the spear gun rather, on both figures is the same. They're just different colors. This one has the red hose to match the red with the chest and a gold spear to give him a bigger point of difference. I like that the gold spear doesn't try to blend in with the rest of the costume. It stands out. But also on Torpedo's, it's silver, and the logo on the Cobra logo is silver. So I'm happy that those two aren't matching. The flippers were easy to get on the 3 3/4 figures. They had posts that plugged into the bottom of the feet, and those are not present on here. Instead, you slip the foot in and you just kind of stretch that back part right onto the foot. So it goes like this, and you can sort of pull it off like that. I didn't know which one was the left or the right, so I either guessed correctly or there is one complete direction to put it in. But I did the same thing with Torpedo. These are really cool. They have the little post holes in them so that if you had an action figure stand, you can go right through the post hole and put it into the foot if it was long enough. I don't know if it's so thick that it blocks that kind of thing. It also has a diving knife. It has let's see, the weight belt, let me take the spear gun out of his hand. It's hard to put the guns in these guys' hand. I had to bend a lot of the fingers away, but the finger does go into the trigger guard, which is really nice. The mask was hard to get on. I don't know if you can see, but the eyes are barely visible through it. I did my best to put it on all the way, but it's real stiff. So I have to unplug the hose from the backpack and then take the helmet off, and I'm going to do that off camera real quick. And this is what the Cobra Eel looks like without the helmet. And this is the helmet. It's very cool that it's see-through. I like that a lot. The helmet, I wish was just a little looser, but maybe maybe if it was a little looser, the fit would be just really weird. I'm not sure. I don't want to wish for something that makes the figure a little bit, that makes the problem worse. For the helmet, there's a light at the top where, you can see below. It's something cool that doesn't look like Torpedo has, but it's on the Cobra Eel. Cobra thought of it. Cobra said, "What if he can't see underwater?" And they said, "Well, let's give him a thing." Comes with this backpack that is similar to Torpedo's, but on the bottom is completely different. He has the sort of the jets to kind of send him cruising along. Also has this cool logo, which I'm guessing is the Cobra Eel logo. It has an eel wrapped around something. Not sure what that is, but it does look like a skull and an anchor. It looks like the eel is wrapped around the skull and the anchor and the bubbles inside. I don't know if I'm off. Maybe I'm off. It doesn't. That's exactly what it looks like to me. But in any case, it has the holes up here near the top for the hoses to go into. And of course, I think that is an inflatable maybe on the back. Maybe to get him going. Oh, he's got ports in the back of his arms. What's that for? What do you do with those? Is there some piece? No, there's no piece. So what goes there? What goes here? Let's see. All of his accessories are already on. So does he just have that? Maybe? And maybe there's no real purpose to it? I don't know. Okay, in conclusion, I don't know. Also, you have to line the hole up with a hole in his back. And the easiest way is to kind of push up on this, and then kind of pull down on this strap and line it up, which is what I did. I'm super curious now. Like, are there fins? Maybe that's a. I don't know. I don't know what that is. It's very cool though. That is the Cobra Eel. That was anticlimactic. I know you're like, I want to know what the ports on the arm are for. And I'm like, yeah, me too. I absolutely would. Some reviewer you are. I'm like, well, I'm more of a fan than a reviewer. I'm not really super great at the review part, but I am enthusiastic about the hobby. So here we go. That was a lot of talking. So Copperhead is the classic green and light green. I think the original figure was sort of a light blue, sort of a greenish blue. I'm not absolutely sure. He has I just opened the Python Patrol version that has the gold gun. So he has Megatron here. Just kidding. It's a revolver with a sight. But it would have been cool if Hasbro had thrown us a little bit of a thing and went, Megatron. Sure. He has a gun with a holster. It's a holster that, like the Indiana Jones Adventure thing, I can't get to latch. I know the hole is right there, but no matter what I do to sort of get it situated, the thing just springs back up. So there's no way for me to close the to put that on. The strap keeps coming down, so I got to keep kind of adjusting it, and it's wrapped around the bicep. There we go. Boom, back on. So no idea how to hinge that. It's not easy to put in, and they've given enough strap that I don't have to reach way down or anything like I did with the Indiana Jones one. But no matter how I put it in, it just pops right back out. But there is a pistol in there, so that's cool. Then he has the sheath for the machete, which he's holding, and the backpack will hold the big pistol if you wanted it to. And the finger goes to the trigger guard very nicely, and the machete fits in his hand really well. And this comes in and out really, really easy. I don't know if the strap will come down on this. Oh, I just did it on that one. On the only one there's not a gun in, I can attach it. The one there's a gun in, no way. Let's do it one more time. Maybe 83rd time is the charm. Let's see. Holy cow. It's down. Shh. Shh. Be very, very quiet. Let's not... Oh, it came right back out. Damn it. It's like a demon. Like a demon strap. Or, whatever you call the thing that goes over the gun. Mah! So, that's Copperhead. He has a cool silver G.I. Joe or Cobra logo like the original figure did. But, of course, he has the gun harness here, which, holds the back gun on. Well, doesn't hold the back gun on. Let's not be too weird about it. Let's see, let me take that off. Boom. And that one, you don't have to line up anything to get to his the hole on his back. He's cool without that. Backpack. So let's take a closer look at Torpedo. Torpedo has much of the same rig that the eel does. He has a lot of the same pieces, starting with the flippers. The flippers you could take right off, just flex off and pull off, and then the flippers are gone, just like that. He has a diving knife here instead of on the ankle like the eel. The cool classic light gray and black that the original figure had. He has the machine pistol. The clip came separate, and of course you can see the finger goes right through the trigger guard, which is nice. And so does the spear gun. The finger goes right through the trigger guard on that as well. It's a good fit. And of course, it's instead of the eel's yellow or red rope, it comes with a yellow rope and a silver spear, and it's bent. Just like the eels. It's bent. And as for the face, I don't remember if the original 3 3/4 Torpedo had sort of a scuba mask. I can't remember. It seemed like it was just his face for some reason. But if it wasn't, that's my bad. But you can take the scuba mask off. It's not as involved as the eels because he has the wetsuit on. The eel does too, but he just needs the scuba mask, and the eel has a full-on helmet. You can unplug the mask right from the backpack and put that down here. And then he has the backpack itself, which again has I think that's an inflatable on the back. This is a thing that I couldn't really figure out what it was. It seemed like you could put the spear gun on it, and that worked for a minute. You could put the spear gun on there. And then I thought, well, the spear gun's pretty awkward. I mean, if you're underwater, you want the spear gun instead of the machine pistol. So I put the machine pistol back in there, and the first time it worked and it held it, and the second time it didn't. So I'm not entirely sure what this does or what this holds, or if it's absolutely for the spear gun, and it just seems a little awkward. So I didn't know. Should have been maybe something in the middle that held it down, but no worries. All of his gear fits on him. Torpedo is, I don't know about, his likeness, because I don't, the original figures were terrible. As far as faces went, they didn't look like anything. They were just sort of blobs back then. So that's a nice face print. He looks like he's like, I'm going to go get Cobra and stuff. So that is Torpedo. Very cool. I'm going to put him back. And last but not least, we have Shipwreck and an extra hair for him. So if you don't want the head with the sailor hat on there, you can have the hat where you can have the head of hair without the hat, which is pretty cool. So Shipwreck is our first Joe that has chest hair, which is very cool. He has a pistol on his holster. He doesn't have a knife or anything, but on the rope that he wears, he has a hook, and you could put the grappling hook on it. I put it on his belt, but it can easily be on the rope. But you can also, let's see, let me put it on the rope here. But you can also put the gun on either of the hooks, either on the rope hook or on the hip hook. The belt hook is probably a better place to put the gun, and then the grappling hook would go on the belt. But they'd be very close together in close proximity. But that'd be okay. That'd still be getting all the gear on him. The pistol is cool. It's just like the kind of the original pistol. It's kind of one of these kind of old-fashioned sort of pistols. I don't remember the rope being part of the original, but I don't object to it. The finger goes through the trigger guard. It's very cool. The hook, let me get rid of that. Let's see. Polly sits on his arm here, which is really nice. It adds quite a bit to the figure because, of course, the original had sort of the claw feet that kind of sat like that, and it was kind of meant to sit on his shoulder, but it never did. Oh no, it was meant to sit on his arm, and I think it did. If I'm not mistaken, I think it did clip right onto his arm. I'm sorry, it did clip onto his arm. Okay, so my bad. He's got cool tattoos and everything. Let me take Polly off. There's a hole in his wrist here, and let me take off the rope. Put the arm up here, and whew, the rope is gone. So the rope has a cool port also on top, where you can put Polly on the rope also. And then Polly could be, on his shoulder instead of on his arm. That's a really nice feature, and the figure's really nicely detailed. It's really, there's greens and light greens, and the beak is sort of a gray, and the eye is red. There's a bit of it just looks really nice. It looks really, really well done by the G.I. Joe team. The rope is cool. It has, you can put Polly on it. You can put the grappling hook on it. Lots of uses for it. Shipwreck himself looks amazing. He's got the tattoos. Got that one. Very cool. He's got the insignias and everything else. And of course, like I said earlier, he's got chest hair. That's right. He's the Magnum PI of the high seas. Sorry. I watched Magnum PI as a kid. Okay. That is Shipwreck. So that is our aquatic sort of nautical action figures that we've gotten so far. And of course we haven't gotten any nautical vehicles yet, but I'm holding out hope for things like the water moccasin. And I know the hovercraft would be expensive, but I think that if they put out like a HasLab hovercraft and the thing was $1,000, I could put that on a card and pay it back like $150 a month until it was settled. In my brain, I'm like, if it's $1,000, like I would absolutely get it. So my brain is already in get the hovercraft mode. So again, I don't know what the ports on the back of the eel's hands are for. It didn't come with anything that plugs in. On Copperhead, I couldn't get the strap closed on the holster, but I could get it on the back thing. Torpedo, awesome, no notes. Shipwreck, same. Great use of old accessories to accentuate the figure. Great use of Polly to put I'm not just going to put him here. I can put him here too. You could put him in two different spots. It's really nice. It's really well thought out. So until next time, please go and grab these guys if you can. I know that the Cobra Eel is a pain because he's Amazon exclusive, but they're releasing retro ones, and it sounds like you're going to be able to order as many retro ones as you want to. So hopefully you'll be able to army build Cobra Eels. And until next time, enjoy your toys.